Всем здорово! Вот, как я и обещал, сегодня будет Jade Empire. Вчера, как опять же я обещал, его не было, потому что у меня была работа. Кушать-то надо, правильно? Для этого надо работать, к сожалению. В общем, так как я проебался в прошлый раз с сохранением, я Некрополь потом пробежал без стрима, просто очень быстро там все проскипал, все эти диалоги тупые. Вот, поэтому Некрополь я прошел раз, опять же, к сожалению, но это же была по моей невнимательности. Да, не повезло нам с сохранением. Так, что мы имеем? Мы имеем какую-то жопу на самом деле. Это у меня как-то очень мало ресурсов. Почему так? Почему так, я честно не знаю. Ребята, долбаный ВК. Блин, плохо. Если там будут люди, я его, к сожалению, не увижу. Ладно, посмотрим, может он сейчас это продуплится. Так, хорошо, ладно, все. Давайте пока это самое я пойду дальше. Вот отчет. Я надеюсь, что сейчас это прогрузит. О, отлично, прогрузился. Замечательно. Так, что я не сделал? Я не сделал одну деталь. Я бы даже забылся. Надо видюху подстроить, чтобы она меньше жрала ресурсов. Потому что мы играем через решейт с увеличением графы. Качество, вернее, этой графы. Поэтому надо чуть-чуть видюху порнуть, чтобы она это не вела себя нехорошо. Так, ну вроде бы все. Куда мы сейчас пойдем? Пойти. Давайте, наверное, сейчас пройдем быстренько это, от мудрости. Разберемся там с тем этим бешеным европейцем. Это, вроде это испанец там был какой-то. Да, это было такое, я помню. Тут помню, тут не помню. Подискутируем с этим чуваком.
Avukate ger ordna på er och forti. Akir sonwi ni fayit wawawir wakawir isono ni fayiter ofino. Ike kir kier washatiruk. Och nik kupkitro sa irustak kithno och jower kwadner. Sunur no ku wu ifuwir sower tatasi ni siso ir ka wikawar usa ir sa wi apihir ninu siso ir tiuth. Wawawir shaksi ir kawir onk ni siso ir akuwu uksun. Sunur no ku wu ifuwir sower tatasi ni krans niwu no yir wayir uksakwan. Ike kir pir inni tinowir. Noni apataro wo kawa. Nisiso
Да, Володька прорывает от ученых. Сейчас будет у нас диспут с европейцем.
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find...
Please? And leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow. Oh, what's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you. Ah, you look quick with your fists, but I'll wager your head falls behind. Too much time slapping each other, and not enough time strapped to a desk in a decent classroom. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light up. You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this?
Ну, кстати, Володька, он чем-то на тебя похож. Такой же. Душнило. Да, ее внешность, вон тебе вот еще бы такие бы усы вот такие здоровые, вот вылитый будешь вот как один в один. Ой. Да? Что поделать? Что поделать?
Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are, lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments. I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner. Whoever you wish. These five standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair. Go on, talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready. Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well like the rest. You're all just too damn skinny.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my... To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire. I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others. Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against. The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all. I wish you luck.
Бля, что-то сложно.
I greet you. My name is Scholar Kai, and I will be the... I am always impartial, but some of my fellows are easy to goad into decisions if you know... The minister is particularly fond of confrontational arguments. Respond in a rage and you are sure to... Some arguments may win a judge's favor while turning another away. Vary your topics so that you don't end up manipulating the same judges over and over.
Полоска, я постараюсь. Что началось-то, блин? Я это самое, все нормально.
He is an insult to our accomplishments as a people. If you fail in the debate, I don't care where he came from. Anything to...
Ah, so you are the one who will debate the Outlander. Are you implying that I am predisposed to be weak in certain areas? I can't accept that. Some of scholars Zhao and Kai are easy to predict. Dismissing a weak argument gets their attention immediately. Try not to dig a hole you can't get out of. If you can't get everyone to agree with you, remember, you need a majority of judges on your side. He doesn't seem that interested in gathering any. He's clearly used to imposing his points are debatable, but his presentation is not compatible with the garden.
Oh, this is exciting. I've never been asked to... I haven't given it much thought. I pictured myself as bad. Actually, you can sway scholars Kai and Gu by mocking your opponent. I've argued in this group of scholars many times before. We are so used to each other that we don't worry so much about what... He is coarser than the thinkers I am used to. He seems bent on disruptive behavior.
Greetings to you. I am Scholar Hank. I'm sure the others agree that my tastes are balanced. The minister, however, is easily engaged by... I find their appreciation of such fawning to be distasteful. Try to choose your arguments in a sequence that eventually turns everyone in your favor. I don't dislike him. I find some of his points to be worth discussing. He may bring attention that we do not... Good luck.
I don't understand a thing he says, but... I don't understand much of what these
Так, ну
scholars
вроде
say.
что-то понял, но нихуя не понял. Поэтому погнали. Сейчас будем. Я помню, что я этого мамонта выносил, я не помню как. Давай, погнали.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't... Good. Don't want to set you off your game, but I thought we should ensure that the process was more entertaining than a It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal? Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How can you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath you. You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you. Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here.
Конечно. Что тут есть? Ага.
What? My monocle must be fond. I can't see anyone in my favor.
It appears they've reached a consensus against you, Sir Roderick.
Clearly, these people are incapable of fairly comparing one of their own to an outsider. This is a farce. And perhaps it was my mistake to think you would be open to anything other than your own backwards ideals. Pah! I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debates, but true honor is decided on the dueling field.
Ой, началось, блядь, началось. Ну, сука, заднюю включил. Вот, сука, мамонт. Прямо ему, блядь, наделем сраку. Здорово, Андрюха, здорово.
The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it. Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would... Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of. Quick! Leave that was go. Yes. All right. Yes. What are you doing just here?
Так, ну вроде я здесь все залутал, кажется, да? Так, у меня же там какой-то опыт есть. Давай тогда, не знаю, проснемся. Так, тут это вот. Так, все тут, все тут, все тут. Тут. Пока очки тратить не буду. Оставим как есть. Ля, он там, сука, ржет. Че ты ржешь, козел? Я как булку-то, блин, твою намну. И сюда.
Ah, there you are. Well. What? Good. Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You're about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it. Bloody hell! Solid!
Thousand cuts.
Что, блять? А как он меня так вынес быстро? Ну ты хуесос, конечно, ебаный. За 3 удара, что за хуйня? За 3 удара, блядь? Что за читы, блядь, дед включил? Ну, сука, не, ща тебе точно пизда будет.
What? Good. Let's...
Spirit. Thousand cuts. Spirit thief. Spirit thief. I must dress these wounds. Thousand cuts. Spirit thief. You can't keep our thousand cuts. Dress these wounds. Thousand cuts.
Блять, я еще какие-то бочки еще взрываюсь. Че за хуйня? Ёбаный ты, блять, рот. Ну, сука, бесячий гондон.
Spirit thief. Thousand cuts.
spirit thief. Thousand cuts.
Да я ебался в рот, блять, сука, выблядок тупой.
Your
Что за хуйня?
concept of honor is outdated too. Percival, a towel.
Блять, пес ебаный, блять.
Longsword. You can't keep up.
Блядина это ебучая, а?
That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick, within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I supposed I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honor I cannot deny. Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter. Mirabelle is yours. Treat her well. She's a finicky lady. Right, Percival, fluff my travelling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
Застрелить бы этого пса бы, этого, блин, бы с этой бы Мирабелли бы, Ферраку бы там бы засандалить ему, а? А? По самые помидоры, блин. По самые помидоры. А я же, кстати, еще одну технику нашел же, правильно? Там змеи там этой самой. Может слетать сейчас пока эту технику еще активировать? А, точно, надо сдать квест за эту, за поимку этого разбийника. Так, тут ничего, кстати, нет. Тут... Вроде бы ничего нету.
Always a pleasure. I know... Yes, I heard that Fading Moon's arsons had ended. Excellent work. Burning the poor is troubling after a fashion, but the scholars and merchants, that was a mistake. Yes, yes, of course they do. And they shall have exactly as much protection as they can afford to contribute
Блять,
to
ну
the
понятно.
taxes. Here's your bounty, as we
Сука.
negotiated.
Ну, типичная политика, ну.
Well,
Бедных нахуй.
that brings an end to our pursuit of two fiends. A shame I don't have more work for someone with your skills. Of course.
A great bounty hunter to have dealt with two cases in so little time. Your work is not done, though. There is another in this city with a price on her head. A richer price than those two. Her name is Aishi the Mournful Blade, and you can find her at the Black Leopard School. She is accused of most crimes, and several had to be invented to account for her actions. Murder, theft, and worse. Yet never a smile or a hint of revelry in what she did. That is why she is known. Because I want you to know. My role in this matter is of no concern to you. I am simply an old man who sees a chance for some good. I watched her walk into this city, and now I tell you.
We shouldn't let a criminal run free. Something tells me that there's more to this story than...
When you reach her, you should ask her for her story. She has a most interesting tale to share.
Слушай, Володька, на самом деле она не такая и длиннющая. Здесь просто, что именно вот диалоги, вот, блин, да, вот диалоги здесь просто длиннющие. Там пока там со всеми ты трындишь. Не, ну так-то да. Так-то оно да.
You there, Sky. I see you skulking around like a ghost. Where have you been?
I've been out spying on the Lotus Assassins. We're trying to draw their attention, and I wanted to see if it was working. I'm happy to report our bait has snagged a fish. The Inquisitors have taken notice of us.
You were spying on an Inquisitor and he didn't notice you? Impossible. What's really going on, Sky? The Inquisitors are masters of espionage and intrigue, Sky. They would have seen you tailing them. They would have seen you and killed you.
You underestimate me. I can be quite invisible when necessary. I followed the Inquisitor for some time without him being aware of my presence. Then I slipped away and rushed on ahead to warn you he was coming. I didn't want him to catch us in the middle of anything incriminating, like this argument.
Irkana, o Nikasuri Irkwana no Kasa Iriru. Niato o Nanapati Irovir, Koni Ognawata Ir. Ukirwir, no Fantayana Ukonani Pinatawa.
Konir Puk no Sankud Nano Wana Napir, Isana Yuyo Irkana, Wonikasuri Ir Kwana Nokas, Sata Tawi Ir Wonawa. Wowo Sun Ponono, Yapapap Nasia Uir Sair Wooth, Usair Coconato, Tanatia, Katanano, Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonenico. Niato Nonapadi Irovir, Kuni Uknawata Ir. Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo, Konir Puk no Sankud Nano what. Sata Tawi Ir, Wonawa Fukuno Sukut Nia Awafawa Ir Suto. Wuno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo. Konir Puk no Sankud Nano Wana. Uno year wofumso was a wushin. Woke was a year so koyo ni uksa ipanar nuko iwa ir nikasanaria iruro ni nuasa irkana. Uno will na no ba irsu. Isana yuyo. Konir Puk no Sankud Nano Wana Napir. Ikirnik Tinepiro, Uiferek Uksun Puno. Usair Coconato, Tanatia, Katanano, Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonenico.
Хер его знает. Мне кажется, когда там кому-то могут шрамы идти. Но тут вы там просто там, знаешь, как бы там граблями там, блядь, по морде там, ну, пофигачили там, на грядке там с рисом там перепутали, там хуйнули.
Usair Coconato, Tanatia, Katanano, Shafatoyo, Coconato Siri Panonenico.
Смотря какой и смотря где. Смотря какой, смотря где, Володь. Вот если вот такой вот какой-то чертил, то ну его нафиг.
Of how we might be able to solve this problem. My glorious wife's third cousin is a minor official in the Ministry of Harmony. I know a little something of the way Judge Fang conducts his business. All of Fang's ministers bring him an honor gift when they go to see him, an offering given as a sign of respect, a bribe, some might call it. If we replace Sheng's honor gift with something insulting, rare turtle eggs, for example, Fang would be so outraged he'd refuse. I admit there are still some details yet to be worked out, but acquiring the eggs is easy. I have some here that you can simply...
You have turtle eggs? Here? After just saying they are very rare?
Well, I was saving them for my coming anniversary. You buy early if you want them to be... ripe. It doesn't really matter, does it? There are more daunting problems to consider. For example, how will you sneak past Sheng's guard?
We should just kill Sheng. Nice and simple. Kill his guards, too.
Oh, yes. And while we're at it, we could kill Fang and his guards, too. Unleash rivers of blood in the streets, all in the service of the Lotus Assassin.
Now that is how you interrupt the bureaucratic process. I'm all
Сука, блядь. Вихрь там вообще там напрочь отсутствует бы на словаре слово сарказм, блядь.
I am no coward, but there is already more blood on my hands than I can ever wash clean.
You know, I have no plan for you. No easy answer. But working with the Lotus Assassins is a bad idea. No good can ever...
We really don't have any choice, Sue. It's the only way we'll ever rescue Master Li. I don't like the idea of... Maybe we should investigate Fang in the arena first. We might be able to stop him from getting that report without hurting Shang. Or anyone else.
Maybe you're right, Dawnstar. I just hope that in the end we don't sacrifice everything for the sake of one man.
It's up to you how we handle this. But remember that the Inquisitors aren't just thugs. They're more subtle.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you?
В нашей пати только один, это этот, небо. Но он вроде бы этот, типа, знаешь, и туда, и сюда.
They are as powerful as fear allows them to be. Not the specific information. If their tactics have not changed, everyone fears them as children fear the shadow.
Ну, это ж биоварбина, Володька. Они ж во всех играх предоставляют, так сказать, равные права, чтобы никто не был ущемлен. Типа там, хотишь там с мужиком, хотишь с бабой, там, хотишь баба-баба, мужик-мужик, там, блин. А в Инквизиции, так там вообще там можно было там с мужиком там другого вида, там, типа с этим там полумужик, полукозел. Короче, растут там над собой. Это нормально. А так в Mass Effect там тоже там, типа, блин, куча всего там.
They are not outlaws. Their orders come from Death's Hand, and he is the will of the Emperor.
Ну, типа того.
At least, that is how it was meant to be. Pardon my outburst. Every act of the assassin... That is why some actions should never have been ordered.
The Lotus Assassins were once the Order of the Lotus under Prince Qin, spiritual advisor to the Emperor. During and after the attack on Dirge, changes were made. As flames seared the sky, enemies of the Emperor faced a new threat. Some were killed only to serve as warnings. Others... I am no stranger to death. That alone is not enough to disturb me. But I see only weakness in targeting innocence. Weakness suggests losing the right to rule. Can you see how that shook my faith in the Empire? You seem to see why... I have not said everything, and I have not yet decided if I will. It is a foolish idea. You do not understand. It does not take much to make a person forget who they are. With a little effort, they can be pushed past any morals they might have claimed. Cloaked in service and honor, even the most depraved of barbarians. A naive assumption. Perhaps you can avoid direct participation, but their fanaticism will still affect you. He was made our leader during the raising of Dirge. He replaced Sun Qin, who along with the glorious strategist, never returned from that campaign. I did not serve Death's Hand long, but when the orders came, he never questioned. The connection is more direct than loyal. That is how so many were driven to kill without cause. And what... There was more to that event. You are right to sense it. But I have kept my silence for so long that I must carefully consider the I must inevitably deal with my demons. Your destiny demands it. But I must also know that those demons will be put to rest. For many years, I did nothing. If I had known Master Li was the glorious strategist, in the end, I will have to trust that you are enough his student to find a way to protect what I can. So you claim. I am not accustomed to words having such weight. We should resume your mission. Good.
Этот сот такой, сука, душнило, ебать, блин, пока его выслушаешь, блин, а по факту он тебе говорит, сука, ну нихуя не говорит, типа, ну так, блядь, какую-то лапшу тебе, блядь, вешает, блядь, на уши. Там бы выгнать его бы нахрен бы. Но там вроде бы, ладно, спойлерить не буду, но он там вроде в любом этом самом и исходе будет собой жертвовать, кажется. Так, с кем еще там можно попиздеть? Так, с небой. Небо.
Always happy to help. What do you need? Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the swamp, and I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your... I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be... It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried.
О, уже бы на свои шары уже подкатывают свои эти самые. Ну, блин, нихуя небо, не наебешь. Не-не-не, мы не такие.
I know, but never in their lair, never in that place. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, and the few who made it back out were different. They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotuses. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. That's all in the future, though. We should keep it what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done.
Yes? What do you need? I'd like to get that business with Minister Shang out of...
She worries about the poor minister, a man she would despise in any other circumstance.
I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she... To you, perhaps, but not to me. I think I am perceived as a rival, but no one has told me what the game is. The princess? The daughter of the Emperor is jealous of me? I think the size of our task has addled your senses. What could I possibly have that would make her jealous? Does a woman from the borderlands have that the princess herself does not? Well, that is just foolish, isn't it? You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you could leave whenever you want. I prefer to have more control over myself, and as much control over what goes on around me as possible. Silk Fox, or whatever she wants to be called, is an unknown I can't compensate for. I can't stay in balance if I don't know what she represents. You and I, we talk and share thoughts, but she forces me to consider where that might lead, both good and bad. Don't you dare! Oh, you tease so much, I don't know what to do with you. You've become so different since we left Two Rivers. Or perhaps it is me. For all the trouble we face, I feel like a weight is lifting. I think we will have a great deal more to discuss in the coming days. I'm looking forward to it. Until then, thank you for being so understanding. Master Li was right. You are special. Very well, but we should get that business with...
Well, it looks like your contact with the Lotus Assassins will be bad for your reputation, but good for our goal.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know the danger they represent.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still wouldn't understand.
Then what, pray tell, is he?
I don't know. But his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone is as weak as he is.
Ну, правильно, принцесса, так этого распиздяя. Еще бы там бы с ноги по яйцам бы зарядила бы. А то только словами, там, словами, все на словах.
You don't know what they are capable of.
The matter is settled. Go sulk in the corner like you're accustomed to doing.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all. And surprisingly, she's right. You've made contact with the Lotus Assassins, but haven't shown them why they need to fully accept you. The Inquisitor has a task for you to prove your worth. Get to it and show him why you should be recruited. You could also seek out the Executioner in the arena. He would be interested in your skill as a combatant. Your progress is admirable, but don't become too close to the Lotus Assassins. Their power is seductive. That is how Death's Hand gained. After the disappearance of my uncle, Sun Qin, the Hand of Heaven, the Imperial Order of the Lotus Monks was directionless. Instead of taking on that role himself, my father gave it to an advisor, Death's Hand. I was only a baby at the time. I don't know. I have made inquiries, but no one had seen or heard of him before he rose to power. He was like a Lotus assassin even then. Regardless, the Lotus monks were placed in the care of Death's Hand, a duty reserved for royalty. It was almost as if my father took Death's Hand into our family. We have been caretakers of the Empire for generations. We have created a bastion of culture in an otherwise uncivilized... It is my duty to see that the natural order is preserved. About me? But why? I mean, there's so much I've told you already. I really don't think that we need any more information to complete our mission.
Оля ходок, а? А? Сука. Уже там я сейчас ко всем буду шары подкатывать. Ну, к бабам. К мужикам что-то не особо. Да-да-да. Мы.
Oh, well, I suppose I could answer a few questions. Although I'm sure more than enough has been said about me by the peasants or others, I am quite used to defending myself. I've never seen myself as particularly generous, but it would not be so bad to be remembered in that way. The gratitude of the peasants is important to any ruler. They, even unknowingly, have the power to see the Empire rise or fall. The love of the people is powerful. I hope, however, that I am not just seen as a giver of charity. Anyone can throw money at the downtrodden. I try to accomplish more than that. How very superficial, yet flattering coming from you. I suppose peasants tend to focus on certain things given their short and brutish lives. Something to imagine, some perfection to seek. And do you agree with them? Wait, this is further than I thought this conversation would go. This is not proper. I will not allow it. You presume too much. I think we have had quite enough amusement for now. Perhaps we will continue this a little later. I have enjoyed our little talk. I wish you luck. Once you have gained the trust of the Lotus Assassins, we...
Так, ну что там, потихоньку подкатываем шары к двум тянычам. Эх, жалко, что только придется выбрать одну, или вообще не одну, а вот с двумя что-то не получится. Херово, конечно. Ай-яй-яй.
This can't be happening. What? Oh, you're the one with the flyer, aren't you? Forgive my impertinence, but do you own that flyer, perhaps? I am Hingu, a mechanic and a businessman. I supply upgrades to people fortunate enough to have flyers. However, I have had some trouble obtaining parts of late. My previous associate... I need someone brave, someone who is a capable pilot. The missions I have are dangerous, but the rewards are worth it. I will pay you good silver, and I can send you parts for your flyer to make it better.
What? Make it better? This is the finest ship of its kind. I should know. I made it. You're just a fix-it man. What would you know about
I have been working on flyers since they first started appearing in the Empire. I take these rickety contraptions and make them into something amazing.
Rickety? There has never been a flyer more solid than the marvelous dragonfly. Rickety? Your wits are the only thing rickety around here.
Блять, какие же окуляры у этого, блядь, крана безумного. Там просто, блядь, метровые такие, блядь, сука, трубы стоят. Подзорные трубы, блин.
I have some supplies in the North Provinces that I need to pick up immediately. We've had trouble with bandits up there, so it might be tricky. Very good. Here's your wind map. It'll show you where to go. I'll also pay extra if you get rid of those bandits.
Выбрать улучшение. То есть это как... Почему? Ага. Ливень надо взять. Ливень и ауру. Мираж туда... Я не помню, что делает Мираж. Ну что, полетели? Алярм. Блять, это было, сука, сложно. Это было сложно. Начать заново. Ебать, а чё так жестко-то? А чё так жестко? Вы чё, ребята?
We have to get out of the fight. You're scuffing the
Капец
finish.
жесть. Капец жесть какая. Понуться.
Interesting strategy. Now try winning. Whoa, that was close. We need
Да
to end it.
бля, серьезно?
Careful now, you'll dent something. More darting, less catching.
Уф, уф. Ауф. Жестко.
You have returned, and in one piece? Not bad. You brought back the supplies and you took out a few bandits on your way. There were some great flyer parts among those supplies. Would you like to have a... Yes, of course. I have some very interesting items now.
Хорош. Слушай, а звучит очень неплохо. Умеренное количество энергии ПП. Мне эта вот хрень-то не надо, это... Ну, ладно, купим, похуй. Денег, в принципе, хватает.
So... Excellent. I am most pleased. The prefect of Shandang County will be glad to hear he has an escort. His ships have taken... There are many raiders between here and the prefect's home, and his ship is in... Get the prefect home safely, and I will reward you well. The prefect has also told me to offer you extra silver. The prefect is anxious to be going. Here's your wind map, and remember, protect...
Ну это было изично, кстати.
Excellent work. The prefect is happy to be home, safe, no doubt. I see you were able to dispatch a few of the raiders on your way. I'll top up your payment a little for... Would you like to see some of my upgrades? Or... Yes, of course. I have some very...
Эй, ну такое что-то, да? Не, это я покупать не буду. Это я покупать не буду. Замедление как-то ни о чем.
So, would you like to hear about the mission? I have received word that my associate is alive, if not well. He was shot down by Imperial flyers while retrieving some sensitive information. Fly to the destination on the wind map and destroy anyone who attacks you. Drop off these parts so my associate can repair his ship and return. The area you will be flying into is private land, and by right, only the Emperor's servants are allowed entrance. Be careful. These Imperial flyers are extremely... You've done it. Chang, my associate, is on his way back. Here, I owe you this and more. I regret I have no more missions for you, but I'm always here if you require upgrades for your... Yes, of course.
Вот это прикольно, кстати. Вот это можно взять. Ну и, наверное, вот это. А это вот шляпа какая-то. А это шляпа.
Well, it looks like your contact with the Lotus Assassins will be bad for your reputation. The Inquisitor has attacked. You could also seek out the Executioner in... I'm not sure we have the time. There are too many important matters at stake. We need to make progress before I will feel comfortable spending more time. I wish you luck.
Why would the governor want to... Good day, sir. Are
You, the new investigator? I said. No, I can tell from your attire that you're not from the... Everyone I send for disappears. There are powers at work here that are beyond my... I am Prefect Jitong. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced appropriately. I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling, but one of the high-ranking ministers is trying to get him released. The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his innocence. I need you to find proof. Really? You will help me? Thank you. Thank you so very much. I need to find proof that Ling is the guilty one, and by so doing, exonerate Song Tao. If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask someone to discover the truth, they... Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows me and my men. He won't talk to us.
Ребят, я сейчас приду, секундочку. Буквально пару минуток я сейчас буду.
I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere, but you could speak to him without raising suspicion.
I've known Scholar Song Tao for several years. His uncle and my father were good friends. I only wish I knew why the governor wants him accused of this crime. If you want to know more about Song Tao, you should speak with him yourself. Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required. I wish there was something concrete I could tell you. You're like a whisper on the wind or a shifting shadow. You think you see something, and then there's nothing. Whoever is behind the slavers must have a great deal of power. To remain that invisible is a hard thing to do. Good. Look for him in the heart of the Empire Tavern. It's upstairs at the Imperial Arena. Don't scare him away. If we lose him, we lose our last connection to Ling.
Do we have time to deal with this? I didn't agree to join you so we could solve everyone else's problems.
So you think you can free me? Prefect Jitong has sent many good men to their deaths trying to free me. I hope you won't get into similar trouble. Well, that's what Jitong fears. I have no reason to doubt him. Besides, why else would the men not return and their belongings suddenly appear on the market?
Pure coincidence. It's not proof. It's purely circumstantial. Anyone will tell you that.
At any rate, it seems likely that's what has happened to the men. I feel terrible for them, but I have my own problems to deal with, as you can see. I am a scholar, though still a junior scholar by most regards. I assist the philosophers and scholars with their work. It's a good life, though I can't help feeling guilty sometimes. The scholars and philosophers have many privileges, while so many live with so little. I spend my spare time in the poor quarters, helping where I can. If I have any extra money, I use it to help the people there. It's not much, but I like to think it. I don't know. I was just down in the poor quarters helping a family with some repairs on their hut. I was leaving their house when the guards came for me. They told me I was suspected of abducting people from the poor quarters. I told them it was ridiculous, that I only wanted to help the poor, but they didn't listen. I admit I spend time in the poor quarters, but I don't try to hide it. I'm there several times a week, in fact, usually in plain sight of everyone. Well, nothing really. I'd never heard of him before this. I heard what Jitong said about him, but that's about it. He seems decent enough, I suppose. Nothing. I've heard rumors in the past few months. The residents in the poor areas were getting worried, though I never knew anyone who disappeared. One of the girls I helped out in the poor area said her uncle had disappeared, but I never met him. She was devastated, of course, and she blamed the slavers. But it was all just speculation. No one had ever seen anyone being abducted. There wasn't even evidence of struggles or violence. I don't know what else to tell you.
I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm obviously innocent, and yet you still want to risk yourself needlessly. I'm no fool. Those men haven't returned, and I can assure you it isn't because they've decided to take a holiday. Chasing after criminals is dangerous work. Obviously, there are risks involved. Why would you risk yourself when even the local minister seems content with the scholar's arrest? What's to tell? I'm a merchant and quite a good one. My clients are usually very happy with my goods. You likely haven't heard of me simply because I have a very elite clientele. The average person on the street cannot afford the items I sell. Other than my occupation, I suspect we are very much the same, you and I, though I happen to be a little more restricted than you at the moment. Doing? I wasn't doing anything more than I usually do in a day's work. I was selling my wares to a few of my preferred clients. Prefect Jitong was one of them. The next thing I know, guards confiscate my goods and tell me I'm suspected of slave trading. It was likely the most ludicrous thing I've ever been told. Of course, the prefect claims that some of my items belong to his missing men, but that doesn't mean I took the items from their lifeless bodies. In a given day, I meet with several buyers and probably twice as many sellers. There are always more sellers than buyers. My job is to determine whether something is worth buying, not whether the seller is worth buying from. If I see a bargain, I don't care who the seller is. Suffice to say, those items could be from any number of sellers. I don't recall who sold them to me, but that certainly doesn't make me guilty of slave trading. I can honestly say I had never met or heard of the man until he was arrested. He's obviously not wealthy enough to be one of my clients. Apparently, he spends a good deal of time with the poorer folk in the city. No doubt that's why he is under suspicion. Doesn't strike you as a bit odd? A scholar with all the benefits that position entails, choosing to spend time with the poor people. It does seem a little suspicious. No more than you've heard for yourself, I'm sure. They are a myth, a rumor, really. Nobody has ever seen them, and nobody has any proof they exist. And yet, there is still a belief that they exist. Madmen terrorizing the poor and abducting the helpless. It all seems very superstitious. Abducting a person isn't like picking someone's pocket, you know. There would be evidence, signs of a struggle. But people will believe what they want to. Of course, do what you need to. If you discover anything, it will only prove my innocence further. Good luck. There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners. These rumors come from the palace itself. You are a novice with no standing in the arena. What makes you think you are of any interest? Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as Silver Division champion, I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge anything less than the best.
I know you. Really? Lots of people know me, so what? Who? I don't know anybody by that name. And I don't... Leave me alone. I have nothing to say to you, so I don't... Look, you don't have to get that way. These guys are ruthless. I'm just looking out for myself. I hope they decide to kill you instead of me. I'll take you there now, but I can't promise you'll get a warm reception.
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be extra cautious. Now, there's an unknown quantity in this little meeting. Just who are you? In the slave market, are you? Funny how I find that a bit suspicious, especially given that we've had run-ins with several of Prefect Shitong's investigators. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford anyone nosing into our affairs right now, and you've heard too much. Get him, boys, but don't kill him. We'll get quite a bit of silver for this one.
Longsword.
Блядь, чат что-то накрылся. О, все нормально. Нормально.
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. Maybe I was hasty in my decision to attack you. I have an eye for raw talent. That helps when picking slaves, but it comes in handy in sizing up potential allies. Who are you, and why are you here? You're clearly too skilled to be one of the fools hired by Prefect Shitong. So what business or grudge do you have with us? You've met my friend, have you? Ling's a good man and a valuable resource, so I'm not willing to let him go to jail. Some generous donations to a high minister almost solved my problem, until the good prefect decided to get in our... Perhaps I can find a price that's right for you to also turn a blind eye to our little situation here. Our... If only I had a silver coin for every time I've heard that.
Longsword.
Здорово, здорово. Ну как, рассказывай. Я там сегодня там у тебя фоном там висел на этом самом на Валоранте фоном.
There you are. The governor sent Ho Chong, one of his lapdogs, to oversee the trial. I hope you learned. He took you there? That's incredible. That's remarkable.
Ha! That doesn't prove a thing. Pieces of paper can be bought and sold just like anything.
I'm afraid you're quite mistaken, Chandlerling. This proves a great many things, including your guilt. I never suspected the slavers were so...
Let me see that. Well, this certainly looks interesting. I suppose Scholar Sung Tao can go free then. And you, Chandler Ling, will come with me for sentencing. It will be quick and harsh, I suspect.
It's all a lie. You don't know what you're doing. You're all making a very big mistake.
Thank you. Thank you for risking yourself to help me.
Понял.
Anything I
Ну
can do to
хорошо.
repay you, please ask. You are too kind. I have no real way to repay you. However, I do have some items you... They're not here, of course. Come and find me in the Scholar's Garden, and I will be glad to show you what I have.
Well, at least that's out of the way. Now we need to find evidence of our own, unless you've forgotten
Боже, что ты так душишь меня, Ален? Ну найдем эту руку смерти, ёлы-палы, и руку смерти, и фингер смерти, что хочешь мы найдем. Только дай мне... Только не еби мне мозги, пожалуйста. Я сам решу, что мне надо делать. Блядь, какая пиздец, блядь, властное создание, блядь. Принцесса, хуй возьмешь. Поставить быть бараком, блядь, и по собачьи как бы отжарить, блядь, чтобы знала, блядь, что нехуй выебываться. И так будет с каждым. Ну, по чесноку скажу, я не смотрел, я просто фоном там висел, потому что там надо было кое-что поделать, вот, и короче, короче. Поэтому я сами катки не видел, я только фоном был.
A triumph all around. This outlander cannot ignore how...
A well-fought victory against that outlander. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. I control a very limited treasury. A very good point. Here, take this. I should know not to barter with a master debate. Do you disagree? I've never seen such a cunning linguist. It is money well spent. Compensation because my own dick...
The minister is not complete.
The contest is over and you perform...
You have completely routed the Outlander. I commend you on your masterful intellect and martial skills.
Good day again. You've done a great deal to aid me. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know.
Так, что он там продает? Да. Куита. Спасибо большое за предложение, но ваше предложение полное говно.
Excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
Это, кстати, прикольная штука, но слишком дохуя. Это прикольно, но оно того вроде как бы не стоит. Что у тебя еще есть там? Показывай. Ну, нет. Тут, кстати, блин, половина это то, что я ему продал, блин. Так, оставляем, блядь, тоже оставляем. Это продать. Оставляем, продать. Продать. Ёбаный. Не, однозначно продать. Продать. Ага. Продать. Продать. Тоже продать. Ну и это продать. Конечно. Туда потом сходим. Сейчас пойдем в эту, в школу дебильного леопарда. Насколько я помню, там будет такой геморный квест, тоже такой. Не очень такое, но это самое клевое. Там что-то, блин, кто-то кого-то убил, кто-то кого-то не убил, какая-то там бодяга будет, короче, с этими мастерами, блин. Там нужно что-то кого-то выбрать или подставить, короче, что-то. Что-то помню такое вот. Бля, я ж хотел слетать технику выучить. Конфигурация змеи. Тоже? Не, я пока что-то как-то... Ладно, потом с конфигурацией разберемся.
Do you really think we'll find Second Brother here in the city?
Why ask me? I don't even want to be here. Second Brother probably decided he didn't want to listen to Master Radiant anymore, and left to get some peace.
Never! Second Brother is devoted to Master Radiant. If anything, I suspect Master Smiling Hawk had something to do with his disappearance.
What? You dare accuse Master Smiling Hawk?
Quiet, you worms. You're here to look for Second Brother, not bicker like school children. Now get moving.
You're a fool if you believe what Master Smiling Hawk teaches. Brute force is not always the best way to win a battle.
Oh, and Master Radiant's ways are better? I don't think so. Brute force is the only way to get what you want, and I can prove it.
How?
I'll show you. Hey you! What do you think you're doing here? Get out of here or we'll throw you out! Ha! You sound like my weakling friend over here. Oh, please let me pass? No. Now, how about you just turn yourself around before you get hurt? You don't hear so well, do you? Maybe we'll just have... Come on, let's teach our visitor...
Wong's thousand cock. You're going down. Woufna akna ir Yakova krui ni rui kuperfita.
Peace, third brother. That is no way to treat a guest.
Og ni gua ir qua an ir nor yok wo ni fita
Enough. Leave us, third brother, before you disgrace the school and yourself, and take these novices with you.
Wosa ir son sikun wan kut afkuka wuk tati ir. Woufna akna ir Yakova krui ni rui kuperfita.
I'm very sorry about that. We are not accustomed to having visitors. My name is First Brother Kai. Welcome to the Black Leopard School. No, nothing more than usual. Normally this kind of thing would never happen. Fortunately, you seemed more than capable of handling the situation. In all my years, I've never seen anyone but a master with skills like yours. I would not normally ask, but would you be interested in joining our school? It would be an honor to have someone of your skill. Excellent. I must speak with the masters on your behalf. They are the final judge of such matters. Wait here. Good news. Master Radiant agreed to let you join. A rare honor indeed. In fact, he would like to meet with you once you have proven yourself. First, however, Master Radiant wants to ensure that your fight against the novices was not just luck. You must now Good. A positive attitude will win you many fights before you even begin. You have proven you can defeat our novices. Now you must prove yourself against the brothers. The brothers have trained long. Sixth brother is the least skilled, so you will start with him. Work your way to third brother. If you succeed again... Second brother is not here. For now, you must face only third brother and myself. I must be honest with you. I believe Master Radiant has a plan in allowing you to join us. As you may have heard, there are two Master Radiant and I have tried for some time to temper Master Smiling Hawk's ways. He is cunning and ruthless. Normally I wouldn't speak openly about such things, but you are new, and your skill will draw his attention. Be careful. Good. You'll need to speak with each of the brothers and ask them to fight with you. Once you've defeated all the brothers, come and see me.
My name is Aishi, the Mournful Blade. And if you are another hunter come to claim my head, I suggest you turn. That one didn't listen to me. I hope you have more sense. I have a tale to finish. I see no need to tell it to anyone but myself. Stranger, if you continue to talk to me, I will stand up and face you. If that happens, our meeting will end with one of our deaths. So be it. You're not what I expected. Harmony surrounds you and flows out into the world as you pass. I have a story I would share willingly with you if you would hear it. Do you know anything of me? Anything of the terror that is Aishi, the Mournful Blade? In my years in this empire, I have been a wanted criminal, a bandit, I have burned entire towns to the ground to avenge some petty dispute between lords and led men to slaughter peasants by the score for their... It is all too easy to lose your conscience once you have denied it. I was not always like this, but I remember all too well how my descent began. My father died when I was still a girl, and with him gone, I felt no sense of direction. I had no other family to turn to, and so I was alone. I met a boy. He was a natural leader. He had drive and direction. I was in love. He used to enjoy tormenting the children of our village, and I thought it was all fun. Then, one day... He pushed a young boy into the river outside of town. It was fast-moving and would have swept the child away, but he managed to grab hold of a rock. Why, indeed. In the intervening years, I've come to believe that it was more than simple horseplay. There was a gleam in my young man's eye that I cannot forget. The child screamed for help. His cries were shrill with terror, for he could not swim. I moved to help him, but I felt a hand on my arm. The boy I loved turned to me and said, "If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we have done. We have to let him go." Something in his voice. I believed him. That poor child was swept away in the current and was found dead downriver days later. We never told anyone what we had done, but I could never forget. If we help him, he'll only tell the others what we've done. We have to let him go. Simple words, but they still echo in my head even now. Nights are worse. I can't sleep for the screams of that boy as he washed away. I still hear them to this day. Whether that moment was mine or not no longer matters. I've done far worse since, always hoping to forget what happened. As if the cries of others would drown out that... That is why I have come here now. I am tired of my life, but at least I have lived it. He deserved to live as I did, but has never felt a moment's remorse for his part in that day. If you came here because of the rich reward on my head, you may even know him. Captain Sin of the Imperial Army is my quarry. I must make him pay for that boy's life. You know him, clearly. Until now, I wasn't sure how I would approach him, but you may have provided the answer. If you help me, I know how I can reach Sin. You need merely to escort me to his station by the gate. A subdued prisoner could get close enough to deal with Sin. Once I have dealt with him, You shall have your bounty. I couldn't let you be implicated in my final murder. They do not call me the Mournful Blade because I enjoy what I do. Years of remembering the first time I let it. Why else ask this boon of you? One last chance to do something right before one of the hunters finally catches me. Let's go write an ending to my tale.
What is the meaning of this?
Hello, my love. Or should I call you by your rank now, Captain Sin? Surely it's been a very long time.
Aishi, what are you doing here? You're a wanted criminal. You can't be here.
It's time I paid for my crimes.
Well, it's good to see our new bounty hunter was able to bring you in. Frankly, Aishi, I thought you'd fight to the death. You were this weak, but...
No, I was weak. Otherwise, I would have ignored you by the river. I'm going to pay for my crimes, but there's one thing I have to do first. I have to kill you.
What? No! Guards!
Your men will be dead before they can get within 3 paces of me, Captain. Don't order them to their deaths. I already owe you 1 lifetime of pain. Do not bring more than that upon yourself.
She's mad! She means to kill me! You! Protect me! I'll double the bounty! Damn you both! You're both going to waste away between worlds! I'll make sure the underworld won't take your rotting corpses!
Sin is dead. Dead like that poor boy we let wash away. I should have made him suffer more. Stranger, I cannot thank you enough. I have touched 1,000 lives with my crimes, and yet now I feel some peace. It is time my story ended. I have only one more favor to ask. Face me now and grant me an honor... No, there is no honor left for me. You can't be the one to let Aishi the Mournful Blade walk free. That would cast undeserved suspicion upon you, and that... Face me and let this battle be glory.
1,000 cuts.
This is the end.
Бля, ну, честно, как-то жалко тёночку.
I hoped it would end this way. She may have found some peace. Here, take this. It's something she would have wanted you to have, I think. I hate for a good deed to go unrewarded. She, the mournful blade, was my daughter. I think she must have found some peace now, and I can finally rest. It has been too long since I turned away from the Water Dragon's embrace. You couldn't tell? A spirit monk? But you are not fully trained, and I have refused to let any part of myself slip away. One of your kind came for me many years ago. I told her that I wanted to see my daughter grow up, and she allowed me to stay. Your kind were shepherds of the dead, but that never meant you were heartless. She said one day another of her order would come for me. Ironic, really. I died before the gates to the underworld closed, but I couldn't let go of my daughter. I worried for her, and rightly so, but I think she will find peace now. Every ghost slips into madness over time, but some of us have a reason not to. We can fight back the longing and despair for a time. I will wait. What choice do I have? I know the underworld is cut off, but I must try to fight through the despair and anger. I have some idea of what you face. Take my best wishes as you try to set things right. I have waited for more than 2 decades. I can wait a bit more, and now I have a reason to smile.
Ну, что поделать.
So you're the one who was challenging our novices earlier. That might impress Master Radiant, but it won't get you noticed by I'm 6th Brother Gao Shan. If you think you can defeat a disciple of Master Smiling... How should I know? He's probably licking Master Radiant's sandals. He was always such a devout... Huh. So you'd rather talk than fight. It's students like you that are giving the black... Master Radiant teaches patience and peace. What's the point? Why study for years to be a great Master Smiling Hawk believes in using our power to take what we want. He's the true master of Black Leopard School. I've already told you more than I should. Alright, follow me.
1,000 cuts.
That was lucky. I'll be ready for you next time.
You filthy little swine! Look what you've done! Do you think I have nothing better to do than to clean up after—
Yes, mistress. I mean, no, mistress.
Get out! Get out of here before I break your skull open, you little rat! This isn't a public restaurant. We only serve the students here. You'll— Good.
It was foolish of us.
You certainly taught us a thing or two about fighting.
I don't have time to talk right now.
You must be the new student. I'm fifth brother Shangjin. There's been quite a stir regarding your entry into the school. It would seem Master Radiant is up to his tricks again. Regardless, you've defeated sixth brother, so we can spar. Would you care to try your skills against mine? I have no idea, though he was very vocal in condemning Master Smiling Hawk. Perhaps he grew tired of all the bickering here and just— I know if I was a follower of Master Radiant, I would likely get very bored, very quickly. Maybe he just decided to go to a new school. The Black Leopard School is the most respected school in all the Empire. The school has strong leadership, but we currently suffer from having too many leaders. I don't mind Master Radiant, but he is too detached and too passive. Master Smiling Hawk could regain our respect, if Master Radiant would let him. Good. Follow me. Thank you for the opportunity to learn from you.
Hello, my name is fourth brother Yule, and you must be the new prodigy. First brother told us to watch out for you. Since you've defeated fifth brother, perhaps you'd let me decide just how talented you are. I've been trying to find that out myself. I even sent a few of the students into the city to— Master Smiling Hawk was the last to speak with second brother, though I still don't know what they discussed. It's no secret. Third brother told me that Master Smiling Hawk sent second brother into the city on an errand, but nobody saw him. I fear second brother has run into trouble, and I suspect Well, the school is the best of its kind in all the Empire. That's not to say that we don't have our problems. Having two masters is a bit— Master Radiant is a great leader, but he never comes out of his room anymore. Master Smiling Hawk, on the other hand— Let's go then.
Thousand cuts. Legendary. Thousand cuts. Legendary Sprout. 1,000 cuts. Long sword. Legendary Sprout.
Very impressive. I can see the masters were right to let you train.
Okir okun wan pifir ir witiwik. Ir wosa ir sonkut. Og nigua ir kwa an ir no. Nawara irok. Wosa ir tatas ir uyu. Sata asuni wok wok.
Thank you, Third Brother, that is all. You are dismissed.
Sata kwa air noroki ir tana.
So, you are the new student I have heard so much about. Rarely does someone... I noticed that you did not come from one of our usual schools. Do you mind if I ask? I don't think I've heard of him. Nevertheless, he obviously taught you well. You have talent. And with Second Brother's death, we have need of a new brother. I asked him to do something for me. He refused. Let me be blunt. Master Radiant is holding this school back. He's holding me back. Radiant is weak. He follows the way of harmony. His methods are slow and pitiful. This school belongs to me. I want Master Radiant removed, and you're the one to do it. You have certain abilities that will enable you to defeat my... Master Radiant is resistant to my style. But you are something different. I could sense it as soon as you arrived. You are the only one here capable of defeating Master Radiant. And rest assured, I will reward you extremely well for ridding me up. To begin with, you'll have to deal with First Brother Kai. Destroy him, and you'll only be left with Radiant. But together, they would be too powerful. Do as I ask, and I will teach you things that no one else can. I also have a few rare items that should appeal to you. Simply kill First Brother and Master Radiant. You are a fool! You could have had everything. Instead, you will not survive your match with...
Wowirika titarir kone of atari. Og nigua ir kwa an.
Long sword. You're too slow.
Oh no you. Oh no you yir ninir ayir wo.
Do not disgrace yourself further, Third Brother. Accept your defeat and learn from it.
Apafa was son sir towir wo son sir junior funny.
That was quite a match. I've never seen Third Brother Rinshan fight that well, and yet you still beat him. I suspected something was amiss, but you overcame it, and you still won. Master Radiant was sure you would prevail. He asked me to bring you to him once you defeated Third Brother. You won't have to test yourself against me after all. Come, let's go see him.
Sisae Pawao, Tikotro Tuaso.
To fuia ta wita ia ukarashito yo. Ipana nuku iwa ir nikasanaria iruru ninua sa irkana. Usair kokonato tanatia katanano shafatoyo kokonato sir ipana neniku. Uno will na no pa yesu. Isara yoyo konir puk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Ipaner nuku iwa ir nikasanaria iruru ninua sa irkana. Sairosti usyat saro rasipa ukarir napsoaku.
Master, I never.
Sairosti usyat saro rasipa ukarir napsoaku. Tawa ir kawana ir sonir ipoki. Niato no napadi irovir. Koni ugnawata ir. Sa ir yakowak. Kokonato sir ipanoneniku. Wo anania ifuwe uk sonorok noka uk snapir. Konir fuk no sankud na no wana napir. Isana yoyo. Wonakapir sari awaf. Van sira suorofos isinosaurus usuno. Yukut ni kunk uno sa son kudnoka ukyorir. Tawa ir kawana ir sonir ipoki. Unikasurir kwana no kuni ugnawata ir niknipier. Nararo na pirapirni niktakatashi. Yukut ni kunk uno sa son kudnoka ukyorir. Irkana. Unikasurir kwana no kasa iriruru. Ipaner nuku iwa ir nikasanarir iruru ninua sa irkana. Sata tawa ir wonawa fukuno sukut nia awafawa ir sutuk. Ikirnik tinepiru wo iperek uksun puno. Wo sun puno no yapapap nasia uir sa ir uth. Niato no napadi irovir. Koni ugnawata ir. Nararo na pirapirni niktakatashi. Sata tawa ir wonawa fukuno sukut nia awafawa ir suto. Irkana. Unikasurir kwana no kasa iriruru. Tawa ir kawana ir sonir ipoki. Sata tawa ir wonawa fukuno sukut nia awafawa ir sutuk. Ipaner nuku iwa ir nikasanaria iruru ninua sa irkana. Odoyu iwa kitsu sa irokawa shusi. Sa ir yakowak kokonato sir ipanoneniku.
Sin, I'll give a fight.
I should have killed you sooner. You had such promise. But in the end, you were just like second brother. Radiant is dead. His time has passed. Now is the time for the Now you see why I need you. You have the power to I will give you one chance to change your mind. Now that you have... I liked you, and I had so hoped we could come to some sort of... work. Now I will give you a demonstration of true skill. Unfortunately, you won't be around long enough to learn from it.
1,000 cuts. Legendary strike. I'm too much for you.
Ukir rufa ni nikerpa. Wo ufna akna ir yakowak rui ni rui kuperfita.
No, third brother. I have a much better use for you.
Ukir rufa ni nikerpa.
Now we will finish this.
Thousand cuts. Legendary strike. You won't see me coming. Thousand cuts. This.
Сука, заебал тут петушара ебаный.
Legendary strike.
Master Smiling Hawk! You killed him! What? No! First Brother sent me to find you. He was worried Master Smiling Hawk's followers might overwhelm you. I can see that isn't the case. Master Radiant and First Brother are waiting for you. I'll go tell them that you survived.
Master, why must you leave? I still have so much to learn from you, and we need a strong master to rebuild the school.
Irkana, o Nigasuri Kwana no Kasa Iriru. Taui ir Kawana ir Sunir Ipoki.
Thank you. If it wasn't for you, well, this never would have happened. It seems to me that you're the one who should receive this honor.
Tasiye siye tintu, fonye wowosi wo tahufu. Uno will na no ba yesu. Isara yoyo, ko nirfuk no sankud na no wana nyapir. Ikirnik tine piru, wo iferek uk son puno. Irkana, o Nigasuri Kwana no Kasa Iriru. Niato no Napadi Irovir, Kuni Ugnawata Ir. Irkana, o Nigasuri Kwana no Kasa Iriru. Taui ir Kwana ir Sunir Ipoki. Siya tintu, fonye wowosi wo tahufu. Wowo sun ponono, yapapap nasia uir saye uth.
I would speak with you alone, Master Radiant, before you go. If you wait outside, I will join you in a minute. I have something I would like to offer you, and thanks for your help.
Wo anania ifewir uk sonorok noka uk snapir.
There you are. Master Radiant has gone, and I'm left to lead this school on my own. I'll miss him very much, but at least we are rid of Smiling Hawk. I wanted to thank you for all you've done, but I also wanted to show you some items that belong to Master Smiling. You're welcome to visit the school and spar with us whenever you like. The students need someone like you to knock some sense into them from... And I should get back to the students. There is so much I need to do, I barely know...
It's about time some... Out, out, out! Out, out, out! The dining hall is a mess, and I doubt you're here to help me clean. I'm not... Good. Get rid of him? What do you mean? Really? I was hoping you wanted to kill him. The world... But as much as I want to see his bloated corpse floating in the gutter, I hope Fang gets what he deserves. But you'll have to do it without. No. Good. No. Even if I was willing to give up all that silver, if Fang finds out... Good.
Жестко. Первый раз так не сработало.
Excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
No. Even if I
Да
was
ты
willing to
гонишь?
give up all that silver.
Ебанулся, серьезно? Так а сколько ж тебе надо было, чтобы тебя чтобы убедить? Жесть какая-то. Да ладно.
No. Even if I was willing to give up all that silver, if Fang finds out, he'll...
Ну вот это пиздец.
Good.
Вот это пиздец. Плохо то, что оно, блин, ни хера не показывает, сколько у меня всего, блядь. А, показывает. Обаяние 53, интуиция 56. Ёбаный. Устрашение 61, нихера страшно. Вот это, кстати, надо будет продать. Обаяние +2. Устрашение +2. Ну, конечно, блин. А если я ей сразу бы перегражу?
Don't. Don't hurt me. Fang's already hurt me too many times. I'll help you. You wanted Fang dead.
The Inquisitors prefer subtle solutions. Murdering a chief minister doesn't quite...
It'd be easier to kill him. Fang's reputation is already... Well, every document Judge Fang approves has to be stamped with his Imperial ring. And if it was revealed he lost the ring during one of his sexual escapades...
What are you doing here, Breezes? You know I don't like it when people see us together in public.
Don't be mad, my mighty and manly Fang. I was just hoping we could go upstairs for a bit. I've got a treat for you. Here's a hint. They're silk.
I'm surprised you're so eager after last night. I'm glad to see you're finally becoming more receptive to my special needs. Well done, Breezes. If a little tame for my tastes.
I can hardly wait. Here's the ring. Fang will do anything to keep people from finding out he lost it to a whore. Even if... Show the ring to his guards and they'll let you through. I better disappear for a while, but make sure you tell him where you got it.
Я понял, хорошо. Ладно, этот путь я понял. Этот путь я понял.
I want to hear that you're ready for your next fight. What? Now that you have qualified for the bronze division,
Секунду.
challenges will be more difficult, but you'll earn greater rewards. I want the very abacuses of heaven to rattle with the name Raging Dragon, so I've prepared something memorable. The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the great southern forest. We're going to release them into the ring in groups for you. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
Thousand cuts. I'm too much for you. This is the end.
That was a good start to the Bronze Division. Those beasts are far stronger than they look. Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. It's not the most original name, I'll admit. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. They will attempt to fry you to a crisp. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling deadly projectiles. Are you... Excellent. Follow...
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Вот этот, блядь, припиздок уебал, блядь. Блядь, просто куда-то в текстуру, блядь, уебался, блядь, и пиздец.
Expect things to be much harder here than they were. Next, you're going to step...
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Долбоёбство какое-то, блядь.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Kui. I have a message for Raging Dragon. Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next... The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all. If you will excuse me, I have some people...
Ha! Well, I'm certain that won't be a problem for you. Did you have a question for me? Yes, your next fight. There's been a bit of a change in plans. Not that... I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from the guild, you see. As soon as you're ready, you'll be facing him instead of a normal match. I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana for the Brown... The guild's the organization that controls the betting here. I have to bow to certain pressures. I don't like it that much, but... No, I can't, actually. The Serpent, who's the guild's chief... I'm certain it will be a small thing. Are you... Excellent!
Many of you are asking yourselves why the Serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! Does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! You've all seen the fury and the intense focus of Raging Dragon in the ring. Now, it's time to put these abilities to the test! And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror incarnate.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. I understand your concerns. We wanted to test the demon against an exceptional fighter, you see. I'm convinced that you deserve a shot at Crimson Kana. That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Cho before your next match. He didn't say, and when I asked, he gave me that glare. Go, speak with him now. The sooner you do, the...
Ебать оно колом, блять. Сука, еще и зависло, это залупа, это, блядь, забагалось. Если ебаный конь. Жесть какая-то, блядь.
From what I know of them, the Guild doesn't usually conduct business this openly, or in such elegance.
Aren't you a sight? I am especially such a fine figure of a man.
Notice the painted face. She only pretends to beauty.
I would love to chat with you and learn more about. I'm on exclusive retainer with the proprietor.
I don't know you, but you're in here, so I know you're not common street trash. I hope for your sake that you have enough silver to warrant. You're not half bad for a man. You're in my good books as long as you have the silver to... Sweet Poison Lin's my name, and I trade in rarities of a magical nature. I have my sources, some of them rich. Do you have any idea how much magic the arena itself holds? These walls have seen... These fine wares may have changed hands a few times over history, but that's the nature of such... What the Imperial bureaucrats don't know won't hurt them. First they decree wind maps off limits, and now there's... Certain items have always been considered questionable, but in all I really know is that the restrictions have done wonders for my customers' tolerance. Magical enhancements and knowledge. Have a look at my wares and see for yourself.
А, блядь, ну и говно. Разговоров-то было.
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts. Lin, this is Raging Dragon, the fighter we discussed.
Your introductions are unnecessary, Cho. I know this one personally. I trust you'll consider this discussion.
Not even if it offers you a chance at the Bronze Division champ. Crimson Kana's rise to Bronze Division champion has been good for business, but she has become troublesome. She believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and she's right. The problem... The Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze Champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extremely deadly poison into Kana's drink before the match. I would say you would be unable to lose this match unless you were to drop dead yourself. What could be easy? When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of the Greater Guild
if you accept, the Guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining cost will be roughly half of your winning fee. If that is your choice, then so be it. You may deal. I strongly advise you not to bring this up to...
This Kana woman would appreciate knowing what you have learned.
Ukir kawuir wo fonir ir karanos sakupono. Sayer uyofwis patuye? Uksayer kuni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Uksayer caritas fonir sisayer ir furk tatasier ir karanos sakupono. Uksier watuafu ni froto usosawir uktatasier ni ryoki. Wonawiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workur tantir. Aka wo nawir sawir sansinoka uk napir. Narawir woifuir uk sunurk. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
I want to hear that you're... What? Kailan is truly in charge of this place because of his association with the guild. It's nothing to concern yourself with. If anything comes up with the guild or... Until the guild stepped in, are you ready to face Crimson Kana? Excellent. Follow me.
A challenger for the Bronze Division, Crimson Kana must fend off Raging Dragon. You can't keep up.
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first fighter who extriciates her...
Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir.
Come now. The arena works on a strictly regenicated payment system for the fights. There's no way I can give you extra. I'm sorry, but there's no room for bonuses, extra payments, or gratitudes of any kind. Now that...
Вот писюн.
Your large friend there was once a competitor here, so I know him. This is his business, though. What?
Wo sawayer noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiyer tuir. Wo nikfra for wo sawier konba. Ukwiro ni sayer tatasiyer you. Wo nawir siyer fu ni winyanakan. Sata kwa wir ni wo sawir sawawira swir cook. Wo sawayer noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiyer tuir. Wo ifuir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasieruk. On we pifir. Wono wir ifuir uk tarir noka sisayer na workurk tantir. Wo sawayer noka uk raproni apawafa sonsiyer tuirwo. Wo sayer pinir sokart ayawir. Tier nik puntuir, poir nokauk, soyer takitir noni.
They say you're in good with the guild. You're allowed into the back rooms where sweet... I know you have a brilliant career to attend to here, but... I know you're allowed to go freely into the back room past Kui's office. Would you carry a... There's a merchant in the back named Sweet Poison Lin. I want to expand my operation, but without the guild's approval and protection, I can only take very... I spoke to some of the lesser guild members, and there's a set fee that must... It took me some time to save up the silver, but I have the fee. I just can't get back there to talk to... If you could go in there and pay her on my... I would never do that. I'd be shut down or worse in a heartbeat. And there's... The guild rewards those who can... A richer game with higher bets, of course. I'm sorry. My thanks. You should run back there now.
What do you... Dao Shen? He has angled for a long time for our permission to run a larger game. I was wondering if he'd be resourceful enough. One of my His payment? Good. Give it to me, and I'll send someone to go discuss the new terms of his offer. I'll be here when you...
Before you say a thing, I had a visit from one of Sweet... Fantastic news! I can up the bets! Now you can wager 10 or 25 silver... Thank you again for paying the fee from your own silver... Now that we can play for large... Thanks again.
Yes, I appreciate the attention, but you, the executioner, and I'm not.
Ладно, ребят, давайте, наверное, на сегодня закончим. Завтра там... Завтра что мы будем делать? Большое спасибо, кто приходил. Вот, увидимся завтра тогда. Ну, по крайней мере, на ютубе. Вот, на ВК не знаю, будет что сегодня или не будет, но посмотрим. Все, на сим я с вами прощаюсь. Всем хорошего дня, вечера. Увидимся. Пока-пока.